Oh yeah, I didn't not. But it's good, because you start to see certain things that's actually good for your body, and you have to eventually adapt to it. But Jake does that on the left hand side, man. They force feed themselves that BS, man. That's right. They know they're not supposed to have it. And a lot of times, Jake don't want it, but their woman might want it. They might go, like you said, Joe's Crab Shack. And Jake like, man, I just want some chicken from down the street, but my woman, it's her birthday, so shit, I gotta take it to the crab joint. She fucking love it. She ain't putting that crab down for nobody. And if you don't do it, she gonna get a nigga that will. Basically. So what? Another chicken. So what? He has to start busting the crabs open, eating the lobsters and the shrimps and all that BS, just so that he can please that woman.
I had a scenario like that, and I escaped.
Bring that out in Lamentations. We're going to get into the law.
This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Yeah, because at least those that died from the sword, they don't got to go through the temptation of eating abominable things, eating foods. Hey, there's a law where you can't eat meats that die of itself. That's a law. You can't, just because of the time of distress, you see some roadkill, and you decide, oh, well, shit, it's just a deer. You can't eat it. It's unlawful. So these are important keys to know that in the times that we going. Because the Lord ain't going to give us the excuse. These other people might get the excuses of where the scriptures say the Lord will wink at your ignorance. Yeah. The Lord may wink on other people's ignorance because they don't know no better. But with us, you got to know these things going into these times. Nah, we can't do it. I know it. I know we just seen. I know we literally just seen a deer get hit by a car. Right. We literally just saw it. We know it's fresh, but you can't eat it. Can't eat it.
And it tells you in Deuteronomy 4:6 that this wisdom and knowledge is ours for the sight in the sight of the nations. The Lord said, "Keep therefore and do them." In the scriptures, it's a reason for everything. Mm-hmm. Really, the law is a book of science. To be honest, everything has a scientific. Even the Sabbath. Yeah. The Sabbath has been proven to actually have health benefits. Fasting has health benefits. The law, all things have a benefit to it. That's why it's written a certain way. And like if you think about an animal that dies for itself, why is that in the law? Because if you see an animal that died for itself, it could have been affected. It could have been something that actually probably had rabies or some type of sickness, and it just died before its time. Or you don't know how long that animal possibly has been dead. And when animals die, what happens? They start decomposing
instantly.
You'll see other animals might lay in. Flies start to fly around, and which when flies lay on something, they're dropping the eggs, man.
The eggs and shit. Yeah.
They drop eggs and shit. So they'll drop their eggs off, and then the larva of the eggs of the fly will start to hatch, and that's when you have all those maggots. So you'll see, because flies are there for a reason. Flies are actually very beneficial for the earth. Because when they lay the eggs or the maggots, what do the maggots do? They accelerate the consumption process of that animal so it doesn't take so long fumigating. Because those fumes hold toxins.
Rotting flesh.
But see, Jake, they don't see the science behind the law. They just see everything as survivalism. That's why I tell you in Peter's, they're known as brute beasts.
All right. You got that in Leviticus?
Okay. This is Leviticus 11, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
And that's why the law is so important. That's why it tells us in, Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, that the nation shall be able to recognize that we are a special people by the wisdom, the law. Because the law, it said, what did it say? That these are the beasts you shall eat on the earth. Our law is not, this is not Georgia law. This is not the Cobb County law. You get what I'm saying? Like, this law is only
what differentiates
between places. That's how you know the law is, that's how you know the world is really ours, because of our law. The law, literally, this is for the earth. This isn't a penal code jurisdiction, section, varies from county to county. No, our law is according to the world. So with this food, hey, we might have to deal with different animals. It's universal. So the brothers that's down in the islands, that might be in South America, the brothers that might be in Africa, the brothers that might be in Asia, whenever this famine in this world events occur, they may not be dealing with the same. Hey, the brothers that live in New Orleans, that might be, Oysters might not be a temptation of ours.
Right, we don't live
Because we don't live by the coast.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? There's certain things that it ain't gonna be a temptation on us. But that doesn't mean that it's not. It works both ways. So you have to know these laws because of where you at. Keep going.
Okay. This is Leviticus 11 verse 3. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
You see, you notice the Lord didn't say, "Hey, thou shalt eat cows and thou shalt eat oxen." He didn't list the animals, because what animals may be native to us here in Georgia, it might not be native to brothers in Australia.
Right. Oh yeah.
He just listed the characteristics of the animal and what it should have in order for it to be considered lawful.
And you
Exactly.
see where it says that chew up the cud, and then it's cloven footed. The cloven foot is basically the split hooves. And a lot of those animals, they don't have fast accelerations. They're not built for. They're really built to be domesticated. When you think
For
about
us to eat.
cloven footed and chew up the cud, because you can take care of animals like that. But when you think about the zoo, like let's use the zoo for example. In order to feed those animals, you have to feed them all kind of dead meat. You have to feed them all kind of different things. You have to change the whole adaptation of the environment. You know, if you want to get an alligator or something like that and make it similar, or make it, you have to have an artificial environment. Which, when we went to the zoo, what does it say? In the whip, you know, in their natural home, they might live to be, I'll just give it an 18. But in the zoo, it might be half of that, man. So they're not designed to be free.
Because you know why? The animals that we can't, like you're saying, those domesticated animals, no matter where you domesticate them at, they're gonna be able to survive. So that's why Esau was able to bring certain domesticated animals from the other side of the world over here. You can't necessarily, like you said, if you decided you're gonna bring a panda from China over here, you gotta create a whole room. This is a piece of China that this damn panda bear lives in. Bamboo, the
Penguins.
the temperature, the humidity, everything has to be on point for that animal survival.
It's too high maintenance. It takes too much because you're taking them out of their natural habitat, and like the brother said, creating an artificial setting for them.
Well, that's why you make so much money from that. Like you had Tiger King.
Right.
Oh yeah. They made great money from that shit. What's that lady? She possesses all the possessions of that faggot nigga. Whatever his name was.
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic. She got all the possession, but she make millions of dollars from those exotic animals, man. And those animals ain't supposed to be in no goddamn zoo. They're not supposed to be in captivity. You know, they're supposed to roam free. And when you go to the zoo, those animals are depressed.
They look sad as hell.
They depressed, like you be feeling sad and shit. Like, man.
That's why I ain't been to the zoo since we went.
I remember as a kid, I don't know, brother, called the show Hey Arnold. It was an episode with a turtle. And this whole thing was getting that turtle free.
Yeah, I
and,
mean,
but that turtle was on present. They were spraying all kind of graffiti on the shell and shit. And the turtle looking at that turtle was looking at Arnold like, bro, I'm going through it, bro. It hurts, bro. This Babylon is captivity, man.
Look at him. Yeah.
He was like, we gotta get him
bro.
So they got him free, they scrubbed him up, and they took him free. And he was happy as hell, man. Yeah. But that's what we really trying to do in the spirit. We trying to free the animals, which is animal goes into the word spirit, man. Trying to really free the spirits. Yeah, like animate, that means a really animated life. But we trying to free the spirits through the spirit of Yahweh and power of Yahweh Shemar Shah, because we all in captivity. And we all die, like I said, dying before our time, man. We got it.
This is Leviticus 11 verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean unto you.
Yeah, look at the makeup of the camel.
horse.
Yep. The camel has what they known as the ships of the desert, if I'm not mistaken. They have the two hoofs, and they're amazing in their environment. They are designed. Camels aren't to be eaten, but some people will eat
Out of desperation.
Out of desperation, they'll eat and they'll live in their camels. If they're in hot areas and it's too hot and their camels are fully dehydrated,
it's too cold at night,
or too cold and they'll die. You have people that are cutting the camels open and they'll live in there. They'll climb in the camels.
internals.
In the revenue.
And they show you that the revenue. When he had a horse.
The horse.
To warm up. If it's too cold or too hot, they do that because their bodies are usually at a regulated temperature.
Yeah.
But like I said, they have those big hooves that store gallons of water so that they can go long periods throughout the humps. What else? Oh, the hooves. Excuse me. The hump. Say it again.
Humps.
The humps. So that they can actually go from one far distance to the next. In their respective environment, they're good. Animals in their respective environment, like pigs, they're great. They're great animals to have to clean up trash and slop. But what do we have? These artificial. We have trash men that come all over the goddamn place.
Right.
And you got people that eat the pigs. If everybody had pigs in their location, you wouldn't need all these garbage disposal.
If I may say, like in my childhood, I grew up in Louisiana, the countries, and me, my grandpa, and my grandma, we would go feed the hogs every single day, every morning, around like 5 a.m. And in that bucket of slop, be a whole bunch of liquids, bullshit, maybe bones that we had from chicken, and even plastic and paper and cups. We throw that shit in there. They'll be fine the next day. We'll feed them again the same shit, literally. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
and what, they don't have sweat glands?
Right.
Hogs
They don't
are
have
really,
sweat glands.
When you look at each animal, it's built with multiple special abilities. Man.
Right.
They really have superpowers.
They do.
But they don't have any sweat glands, and that's why they always in the mud.
Rolling in mud.
They
Yep.
wallow in the mud constantly so that they can
cool.
stay cool. But they're built and they can endure all those toxins, like you said, the plastic. They can eat that stuff.
They can eat that shit.
damn near
They
anything.
eat disease off of each other.
Right? You said what?
Goats too, they'll eat. Try not to, but
But
Yeah,
you know,
I didn't know
the
that.
airport, like you said, goats. If you put goats in a natural environment, hey, I hit you. I put you. Edom might put me on game on this. If you got a house, like for instance, in certain rural areas, if you just put a goat on your land, you ain't even got to pay taxes.
yeah, you don't.
Like because if you start putting actual animals on your land, on your property, you don't even got to pay land property taxes. But that's you know, game, but
It really helps the society.
it helps the society because out in the airport, they'll use this company that actually they use goats to keep the grass, and all, the cutlets and all that, and the different things trimmed.
Damn.
They actually, so that's a business too. That's actually a business. You can actually buy two goats because these people, they want to be economically or what's the word? Eco-friendly. They want to be more eco-friendly. So you can rent your sheep out or your goats on a person's yard and trim the grass. And that's money.
Just let 'em
thanks
graze.
for feeding my goat and damn.
Damn.
But like you said, this place is ass backwards, like the brother said. We don't put the pigs where they're supposed to be at. We eat the pigs, and then we pay these niggas what $60, $70, $80 an hour to come pick the trash up.
Right.
And put it,
That's
and
crazy.
you put it in landfills, and you have certain areas you just heaping trash upon
It's dirt,
trash,
right.
or you deposit it in these different
And-
wastelands. I seen Vox do they did a video on toxic rivers, and they were showing like how certain riverways and on the outside of them are usually manufacturing plants, and those plants be wanting their plants right by waterways so that they could deposit all the toxins and how all those chemicals inside of the water. Then it goes throughout the food supply and things of that nature, and basically all the animals are dying or extremely toxic. So people are fishing. That's why it's damn near nowadays even fishing for certain food, man. You fish and you'll get certain fish, and that should be bad for you
Right.
because how toxic everything is, man.
Right.
The foul.
On that cabin fever shit, man.
Yeah, cabin fever too.
I ain't seen that one.
But it was cabin fever too.
Oh, it was?
The
That
water
was-
was poison.
Okay, then I seen it.
The water was poison, and that's how they got Lyme disease.
God. This is Leviticus 11, verse 5. And the coney, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Yep, keep going.
Verse 6. And the hare, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Yeah,
Verse,
country niggas love to eat rabbits. Country niggas love to eat rabbits and biscuits.
Let loose squirrel.
You ain't supposed to eat none of that shit, man. You gonna-
verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof,
You ain't supposed to eat no rabbit.
Nah, man.
Look how a rabbit looks.
Right.
Precious.
It's a rodent.
It's so cute.
It's a rodent too.
I'm ready to get it.
Because rabbits don't if you've ever owned a rabbit, rabbits eat 24/7.
They eat a lot.
They no, they don't.
They're
stop
always
eating.
chewing on something.
They're always chewing on something. So it's like to keep a rabbit is it's like keeping a very fancy dog
Right.
with a lot of hair. Like you gotta maintain it
Maintenance
and
of
feed it. The maintenance of
And
it is hard.
they have very high sex rates. That's why they say like fertility
Multiply
rate.
like rabbits, man.
Yeah, and that's when you have the celebration of Easter, which that goes to Ashtoreth, which she was she basically was the goddess of reproduction. You actually see her pictures with all those different mammary glands and titties and whatnot. But like I said, the symbol in Easter is the rabbit, so to speak. You know. But you go ahead.
This Leviticus 11 verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
He is unclean unto you. So something that's clean provides your environment, like a clean environment. It's something that's livable. It's habitable. But when you eat certain food, what it's going to do? It's going to intoxicate or throw toxins within your environment. And when you eat pork, it's proven, whether it's damn chitlins or damn, hog maw, what Jake eat, man. What's that? The bag of chips, the
pork rinds,
pork skins. All that food shoots up your blood pressure. That's why Jake has very bad, pig feet. Jake has a lot of high blood pressure. Jake has a lot of ailments. There was this dude on my job. His ass basically was finna drop dead. He might be dead now. I ain't gonna. I'm just being honest, because he was eating that pork, and he would be dropping out. There was 2 guys on the job, to be honest, and they go to the doctor, and sometimes the doctor tell you gotta stop eating this pork. You gotta stop eating this stuff. Like they'll see, like you eat a lot of pork, man. You gotta stop eating this shit.
Their skin color changes because of the toxins that are in there. People that eat a lot of pork be having really like this. You got to put a caption on it. We're not talking bad about naturally dark-skinned people. But what I mean is, you eat all these toxins that got to come out of you. And a lot of Jake that be unhealthy, they got really dark circles under their eyes. Their skin color is off. Because why? Your skin is your largest organ. It shows what's going on the inside. Huh? But like how you say, Jake eat all these foods and pork and that show alone, y'all brothers, really, if you got nothing else to watch that shit. Every time the people that ate berries, the fish, they were able to fish the waters that were near them, they survived. But when they those people that want to do traps and snares, catch rabbits, catch squirrels, they was the ones getting clipped because your body, you're not supposed to be digesting that type of shit. Like you gotta think like our digestive systems are barely able to handle chicken and meats that we can eat.
Right.
Still be going through it. Some days, I know you brothers, you be feeling it. You be like,
one taco. Fuck, I'm done eating meat.
Be like, man, you had these, you be lying to your goddamn self. I ain't eating meat for the rest of the month.
You tell yourself all this
3 hours later.
3 hours next meal. But it's because something you ate it just said sit right. So I don't know how people be
Chemical imbalance.
Be going out of their way, like eating rabbits and rodents and all types of weirdo birds.
Hey, Jake like to eat coon.
You are what you eat.
It's true, yeah. You are what you eat. A
Like,
big coon.
going back to like
Raccoons,
America,
man, they be eating coon like a
like the
motherfucker.
frontier,
Down south.
like 1850s, 30s and stuff. To be a trapper, that was a heavy profession.
It was.
Because you were the one that not only you hunted deer, they show you that Red Dead Revolver too.
Yep.
But I just remember like in school, like to be a trapper or a fur trader. That was a heavy profession
that one's
because you
mine.
were the
You
one
can throw
that
it away.
provided the fur coats for the winter. You would have to go amongst Gad. A lot of these, you read certain of these books that be on Gad, is because a lot of those people, those Edomites that wrote them books, were fur traders.
Yeah, Revenant. That was that whole book was about. It was fur trading.
He was fur trading, that's right.
And you know the whole thing about trapping, like, because the scriptures speak on that.
That's
why-
a real trap.
That's because it's when that's spirit though.
Yeah,
That's a spirit.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's a spirit. Hey, I'll call y'all. I'm shot, man. But when you think about trapping, like the brothers going into with the animals, because why? You lay your traps and your snares. The scriptures speak about snares, so you got to know what a snare is.
Right.
So when you think about, like you want to come over here, you got to be concerned with other animals taking your traps.
Yep.
So you'll lay your traps
Or tripping your snares.
or tripping your snares, and you want to catch a squirrel or a rabbit because you want the fur. But what will happen is foxes come and catch it. Other animals that are
Undesirable ones.
they come and take your food. So it's a science to all of this that Jake, like you say, Jake has been in America so long that their idea of eating is literally Shit, nowadays, Jake's mind is pulling out their phone going to Uber Eats, man.
Oh yeah.
That's eating. You know, but like you said, that frontier time, we literally had to, you had to catch your food, and it's going back to that.
Yep.
But Jake gonna catch their food, and they're gonna be, we caught something. You gotta let it go.
Oh, it's like that episode of Martin when it was winter time, it was cold, and Hustle Man, Tracy
Hustle
Morgan
Man,
came, yeah, Hustle Man came in there, and he had a trench coat. He opened it, like, "What you got for us, man?" And he got some bird, but it was the pigeons from the the corner, that was on the phone.
Yeah.
He was like, "Look, man, this free range bird right here." But they was in Detroit. Martin didn't know how to go out there and go, because they could have easily went to Lake Michigan right there.
Just fish.
Outside of his house.
Outside
Like
of
when
his
you
house.
watch Martin,
Yeah,
the
you
water
watch
was on the
Martin,
outside. Jake,
But because Jake lived in the city, they don't know, so Hustle Man had to come through with whatever he found.
and they ate them birds.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Pam took a few. Pam and they was eating them shits, and that was lawful because pigeons is lawful.
Yep,
Yeah.
You wanna,
Got
I got
This is Leviticus 11, verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever had fins and scales in the waters.
Yeah, so the Lord's covering it from the earth to the aerial to the aquatic, man, and everything. And it's really a lot of foods that's provided for us to eat. Even when you think about it in the vegetable world, there's so many goddamn vegetables that's lawful.
Right.
There's so much fruits,
What's an unlawful
nuts.
vegetable?
Right.
What's an unlawful vegetable? There ain't.
Hey, that's what I said. It's like,
You just gotta
I'm
be.
saying,
You gotta be aware.
As
Okay.
far as grains, there's so
Okay,
many
gotcha,
vegetables.
gotcha.
You gotta be aware of the
It's
poisonous and
provided.
non-poisonous.
But yeah, the poisonous and non-poisonous, things of that nature.
Be an herbalist. That's what.
horticulture and shit.
Yeah, you have the herbs, you got grains, you got dairy,
Beans,
different types of legumes. Yeah, I'm about to show some brother. And there's so many more. Like I said, and on top of that, you got the beasts of the earth. You can eat ox, you can eat goat, you can eat cow. There's so many different. And even all cows don't even taste the same.
Right.
You got
Buffalo.
chicken, buffalo, bison,
You can eat moose,
caribou,
reindeer,
deer, and lamb. Did I say lamb? The list is
Did I say lamb?
Oh yeah. Tomato. It's so much diversity on what the Lord didn't just restrict us to like a little law. Like damn, I can only eat salad.
That's how niggas think, bro.
But that's
If
how
I
niggas
follow
think.
that law, bro, I can't eat shit.
Shit.
Can't eat a damn thing.
and when you coming out of the world, I remember I had this thought. When I first came out of the world, and I was like, okay, we're Israelites. I'm like, man, the law. Because you're a Christian, you used to eating whatever the fuck you want. My simple ass, man. I'm like, damn, man, how am I eat pizza? Because you just be simple.
Okay.
You be simple as hell. You be like, how am I eat pizza? All I know is pepperoni and sausage.
Right.
Who the fuck? Bro,
Chicken,
you can eat
pepper,
cheese
onion,
pizza. Yo, you can go to some of these places.
Yeah, you
You can go to some of these places and get lamb.
Yeah.
You can go to get steak. You can get all types of stuff
There's
on it.
so
But
much
in your
different types.
mind, and your simple nigga mind,
Meat lovers.
damn, I can't even eat pizza.
No.
That shit ain't. This is fucked up.
You got like beef, you got like
Canadian
beef pepperoni, you got
bacon.
turkey pepperoni. And then you tell your family members, you start to come into the truth and get on a level with your diet and stuff like that. That's the hardest people to get through is your family. No, I don't eat that shit no more. I remember I was like, yeah, I eat. They were like, what about bacon? I like, yeah, I eat turkey bacon, not regular bacon.
Yeah. Beef bacon
It's just as
Let me
fatty.
know if it's still audio.
But see, that's what Jake wants, the fatty stuff. Jake wants the grease and dudes. Jake wants that deep fried garbage. The stuff that really clogs your arteries. That's what makes Jake feel the best.
That killing food.
And killing food.
Hey, real quick, when I first came into the truth, I had a cousin that I used to always be with, right? And for his birthday, he was throwing a barbecue, and my grandma was like, "You gonna invite your cousin?" He's like, "Nah, man, he don't even eat pork no more." I like, damn, that's all y'all gonna have with that motherfucker. Y'all ain't gonna have no chicken wings. Y'all ain't gonna have no steak.
Like if you ain't eating this pork, you ain't gonna eat
Right.
shit.
Damn,
Pork or die.
Right. I was like, man,
But they say that pork is is extremely addictive.
yeah.
People be addicted to pork, man.
Yeah, it is addictive.
Yeah, it is.
It's very addictive. Like
Because they put pig in them and everything.
Yeah, that shit is addictive, man. Like Jake don't want to give up pork because why? Pork being everything. Jake wake up in the morning, he gonna have his gut buster. He gonna have his grits, eggs, and bacon. Then he go to lunch. He'll probably get a hamburger, a bacon burger.
And to be honest, pork is really one of the easiest meats to replace.
It really
Everything
is.
that pork provides, you can have a chicken or beef alternative.
Yeah.
Like I said, from the bacon to the ground products, you know, to whatever you have in the pork. You know, you can actually pork chops and steak or lamb.
Because steak literally just means cut.
Right.
It's not an actual it's not an actual type, it's a cut. Like French fry is a cut. You know, so like how you said, pork is the easiest to replace. You can change, like you said, the bacon. Like me, I do the same thing. If I want a bacon burger, I get beef bacon, make my hamburger.
Yeah.
It tastes better.
It tastes better.
Yeah.
Or hey, I like turkey pepperoni. So I'll order a cheese pizza, put the turkey pepperonis on it, put it in the oven. Voila!
Right.
There you go.
It's easy.
Right. You can like you know how the black woman cook, right? And this is something that my family did. Because I don't eat pork, and they started not to eat pork, right? They just replaced the pork like in their greens.
Get the ham hock.
Yeah, like instead of ham hock, they'll get 3-4 packs of turkey necks and turkey wings and put it in their greens, and it's lawful now, and it tastes delicious. Simple. You just replace whatever you would do with pork. You just put the better alternative in it.
That's the whole law. So you hold that and you go get your one.
Well, this is Isaiah 24:3. Verse 4. Matter of fact, yeah, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. And I brought this out to bring out the point. You know how basically everything is out of whack. When you get on Psalm 80:25, it also tells you that. How everything on the earth is out of course. Right? That's why people are eating all these crustaceans and abominable scavenging food. And when, like for instance, you know, we keep beating at the point of lobster, crab, and shrimp and all that, but it's very heavily, you know, it's important to know these things, man.
Yes.
Like, due to the fact that people eat so much crab, lobster, and the demand of these foods are so high, it has changed up the pH of the ocean.
The ocean is fucked behind people's eating habits.
The ocean is done, man.
Like you got flesh-eating bacteria in the ocean.
Right. Hey, you know, because those bacteria are supposed to help eat the flesh of the dead whales and the dead crabs and lobsters that do die, but you eating
all the poisons that go into the water.
Right, and then you taking out the lobsters and crabs and the mollusks and the clams,
that's
eating them. So what's left? The flesh-eating bacteria and the stuff that's supposed to.
The rotten animals at the bottom.
And that's very selfish. Because if you think about animals like whales can't clean themselves. They're not like they're not damn humans, man. You never seen a whale in the area with some salt, you know, scrubbing itself down. You know, they just got them big ass fins and they just go. They literally ships. So who maintains those things? The bottom feeders. Those bottom feeders are needed. And you'll see those animals.
They work together.
And they don't even. You'll see like the whales. They appreciate it. It's an actual synergy.
Symbiotic
relationship.
They open their mouth and the little shrimps come in
and they never eat them.
They never eat them.
They take care of them.
You see them, I mean, I know shark is unlawful, but you even see those little fish swimming underneath. They don't mind it.
They hold them down, man.
Right.
I seen one with a hog. The hog laid down and they had all kind of, I think it was meerkats. It was either meerkats or it's another thing that looks like lemurs. I think it might have been lemurs.
You see rhinoceros with the birds on them?
Yeah, but I show you. But no, they was all over them. The lemurs or the meerkats, they was all over them because they had all kind of parasites in their body. And then all kind of ticks and worms. And they just saw them just eating like a mug. But he just laying down and allowing them to eat because that's the relationship that they have. They don't want all those parasites on them, you know, and they actually, animals take care of each other. But what if all the meerkats or the lemurs, or even another example is raccoons. People hate the shit out of raccoons, and they're a very important animal.
Possums.
Right?
Raccoons and possums, yeah.
They're very important to the environment. But they eat so many ticks that they actually help out the environment and things of that nature. When you cut them out,
what is it? They eat a bunch of, I think, dragonflies. Dragonflies eat so many mosquitoes. They eat like a major portion of the mosquitoes, man. So like if you have a mosquito problem in your house or your yard, if you put like different things, like different foods that dragonflies eat, it'll actually help your mosquitoes in your region.
Yeah, that's why they say a lot of times they say don't kill the spiders. You know, you see the spider webs around the house.
I don't.
They say don't kill that. I mean, you know, first thing you know, you want to swipe down the spider web, but the spiders are actually help catching up all of the different bugs.
I be rebuking the hell out of my rib about that shit. Spider, bro. We need these spiders. We need it because you be the main one need me to kill shit in this house. Right. And I be rebuking the spiders. I be like, man, this fly, you better eat this fly. Yeah. You got to tune to your animals. Shit.
Hey, that's true, man. Cause like I got a tomato plant and I have like 2 spider webs on it. Most people, I'm like, man, I walk up every morning, dog. What's up? What's up, niggas?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know,
people start thinking crazy,
it's
but it's
good.
real.
They helping my plant out.
They hold it down, man. But continuing on, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws.
That's right.
Yeah. And the main law that really led to this place fading away is the law of the land Sabbath. Yeah. This place don't do shit towards a land Sabbath.
Yeah. They don't give a fuck about it.
They don't give a fuck
they
about.
They rape the land. The land is raped. You know. Esau is destroyed. It's suffocated. It's concrete. It's a concrete jungle. And it's not producing anything. That's why really, you know, these different environments you'll go to, and America didn't used to look like this, man. America was basically another Eden.
Yeah.
You know, all kind of exotic animals.
It sat unbothered for thousands of years. I mean, you had travelers coming, but it wasn't like, you know,
industrial revolution.
Yeah. There was no permanent, but that's in the scriptures.
Right.
There wasn't no permanent residence here. It was just you come and trade, you get what you need, like your supplies. This is like a
giant store, man.
A giant farmer's market over here. And then they go back to the other side of the world.
But it says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, they changed the order of things. What we're supposed to eat from what we're not supposed to eat. And then you'll listen to, I remember this nigga on the job asking me all kind of weird foods and shit. You ever had that? That's good, bro. That's good. You know, shrimp. Yeah, that's shit, man. You know about that crab, you know about yada yada. I was like, you know what I said? You know about that lamb? It was like, lamb.
You gotta throw something back.
He damn near looked at me like I was talking about dog shit. I'm not. I mean, I had to put it in, but he was looking at me like that, like lamb. They said you like eating that expensive shit.
Oh,
I'm like, man.
Yeah, you can't talk to him.
I like that. That's what we said. This ain't for niggas, man.
That's the first thing they think, because they think of price. They think of price. See, J. Cole, they don't equate price to something that's actually good quality.
Right.
They look at the trashy stuff as that's good, but they'll spend all their money on bullshit. They'll have the money to buy things like lamb and gold, but they'd rather buy damn video games, you know, game systems and movies and bullshit.
Oh, well,
when it comes to food, they want the oodles and noodles.
Hey, well, that post I had put in the group for brothers with the 3 mindsets.
Right.
And it was one was poverty, one was middle class, and one was wealth. And the food one was what? Poverty. Our poverty mind state is quantity. Eat, Jake. That's why niggas love buffets. All you can eat. Yeah. They're gluttonous. Yeah. Whereas middle class is more quality, and I forget what wealth was. But that paper, that thing was on point. It tell you the mind. Everything starts with your mindset. I've been really looking at everything from a mindset because it's how you see things. If you see food as a scarcity, as a nigga, as a poor person, then you're gonna run to eat whatever because I gotta eat. Man, we hungry. Like that nigga Bootsy. Nigga Bootsy got a whole house full of food. Nah, Lord no, I'll be hungry. Yo, East, you know my rib said to me, East, Bootsy might survive to the end, man. That nigga's that's a real roach nigga, man. Like we probably gonna see Bootsy before we get on the chariot. Like, that's a roach. This is a Bootsy right here. He's a bottom.
You say about the pork. You ain't gonna stop me from eating that pork.
He just got that.
Coffee be at the bottom, bro.
Boosie's a dirty nigga, man.
It was a point you
I used
made.
to like Boosie.
What is that you had just said?
I say about quantity and quality.
Oh yeah, that's why when you go and look at like upscale restaurants,
just gonna say it. Portion small.
the portion control, it was this fat ass boy they had on. Did you see that video? It was a little fat ass boy and he was in one of the restaurants and they gave him a little piece of meat. You see that? He was like, yo, they gave it look like a damn leaf on the plate. It was crazy. He was looking like, yo, bro, what the fuck? But that's how it is at those high-end restaurants. The high-end restaurants, you don't even have bigger plates.
Yeah.
It's
You
about
have
the
smaller
taste.
plates.
Shit about $50.
It's about the taste and really the nutrition of value. Because we'll have big meat. We'll have all this meat, but it doesn't have any nutritional value, and you got to eat so much of it in order to feel satisfied. That's why when you eat like a lot of vegans and vegetarians, they don't really have. They be real portion control, and your stomach, because you eat to fill it. You be like, all right, now I'm full.
You ain't want to eat it. Niggas eat the bird.
Yeah.
Right.
You eat
That's
to
why
get
you get 6 months.
You're really not supposed to.
Right.
You're really not supposed to get full, to be honest. But in this society, we eat to get full.
The scriptures tell us that if you eat, it's in the apocryphal.
Sirach 31.
Yeah, if you eat too much and somebody force you to eat, you're supposed to go outside and throw up. Because why? Why? We honor poor people. Though the scriptures reference us as the poor, the needy. Yo, though thou art poor, thou art rich. We are the creators of wealth. So you gotta carry yourself as such. A nigga, a low grade minded person in that time, he gonna eat any and everything. He'll eat another person.
That's coming too.
That's coming.
That's gonna be an easy transition.
Cannibalism is coming.
Niggas can't wait to eat other niggas.
And what Jake always say, it tastes like chicken.
Right.
Look at everything. All right. Because see, Jake eats so much stuff to the point where the enzymes in their body harvests so much candida and bacteria.
They be acidic as fuck.
Oh, they get acidic. They be damn near, their body's like cold-blooded Komodo dragons, like we were talking about. They be, like the scripture say, brute beasts.
Please get that, man. Please.
Them niggas, they call them.
You been calling for that.
Yeah.
Niggas, man, a Komodo dragon eat a nigga and die.
Man, Johnny dead.
Komodo allergic to that nigga.
God damn. Komodo dragon telling them, man, don't eat niggas, man. This is poisonous.
Let me be an example, man.
That's why animals only attack Esau, because he a nigga, boy.
Yeah, don't eat that nigga. You got that in Peters? What's that second Peters 2 and 10 or 2 and 12?
Kanye 12.
We don't even care. We just tell them, like,
This is 2 Peter 2, verse 12. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken
natural. Like,
It comes natural.
it comes natural. And they're not just natural beasts. They're brute beasts. That's a powerful scripture.
Yeah, that's a bad scripture.
That's a bad scripture. The Lord is really cursing out and telling us that niggas ain't shit, bro. Natural brute beast.
Something's out the city, girl.
Hey, brute. This is definition of brute. It's a savagely violent person or animal.
It comes natural.
Naturally savage.
That's Boosie.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a savage.
That's Boosie. We gonna say that.
I'm a savage. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, savage mode.
Savage mode.
Savage like
Demon time.
21 savage.
because when you think about a savage, after that, look up savage.
Look up savage. Yeah, look up
A
savage.
savage, it's levels to wickedness. Like we said before, a savage, that's the highest level of
Right.
nigga right there, man.
But Esau
Like
has
you
a
got niggas, but you got the savage.
You got niggas, but then you got savage ass niggas.
In order to really hang with a savage, you gotta be a
You're
savage.
savage.
You gotta be a
So they
savage.
read your spirit. They be like, bro, this, you don't fit in, man. Like, you know, it's like they can tell like how we read the spirit, we try the spirit and see if like, you know, with the brothers or you cool. They try you like this nigga ain't real.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna go out. When a chance comes, I'm gonna go in his pockets and I'm gonna try him like the bit. That's how they think. They look you up and down and they can tell like this nigga ain't about
They be
this.
having that damn Dragon Ball Z scanner, man. Like,
Hell yeah. That shit
Nigga,
read.
that was
That
high,
shit read. They be like, yeah, he got like 3% savage. He a whole ass nigga.
Right.
Like, God damn.
It's so long.
They know how to read the nigga in you.
They gotta bring the
You
nigga
got a nigga.
nigga resume, man.
Nah, yes.
You want that word?
I got precepts too.
Nigga resume on
Wait, what's that?
Indeed.com.
This is the word savage on the online etymology. It says fierce, ferocious, wild, undomesticated, untamed.
Hey, that's the scriptures, like we were saying.
Isaiah.
But you know what? The Lord said that He would separate the sheep. We the sheep. A sheep is a domesticated animal from
Right.
the wolves,
A wolf
man.
is a savage.
It's more.
And when you look at wolves, they're very savage animals, man. Even how they see them, how they snarl,
Right.
and they fight against each other. They all about getting to the top. They don't just respect the alpha and everybody just cool going up under the alpha
Right.
and eating them.
You gotta fight for that.
You gotta fight for that, and you gotta
Keep it.
constantly fight for that.
Keep it.
Keep it. Yep.
Uh,
They definitely will. Yep, they believe.
They'll bait you. They might leave a smaller animal to bait other animals out. They're really savage animals.
If the alpha male loses, they kick them out. It don't matter how much work. If you don't let the troops or whatever the pack
Through the winters.
through the winters,
Usually,
they kick that nigga out.
and they'll say either
That's
you'll
savage.
usually die alone, or he's gonna have to find another pack to take over.
See?
That's the only way.
He gotta
That's the only
basically
way.
be a bigger savage.
You gotta be
You gotta
a
call them lone wolves.
like, you know what? I was playing by the laws and the rules, but this next pack, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Savage.
But see, just like Cobra. Like Cobra was that.
Yep.
You see how he tried to humble himself because he got put down by Caesar in the movie Planet of the
Planet
Apes.
Apes.
But you see, even though he humbled down, he still had that savage in him, and he always wanted that position of Caesar.
Right.
And that's the same thing. That's that savage nature. And you see Jake like that. You can't be around a savage because it tells you even how certain men will take you down and usurp your position.
Okay.
Simone Neto, they'll overthrow you. They really get
it's strange, pagan, alteration. It says ungovernable.
You know who's ungovernable? The misses of our nation.
I knew it.
Right. They savages.
Savage.
The misses of the nation of Israel are
I knew
they
it.
the king savages.
Yeah,
They take savagery to a whole nother level versus us, man.
Because you know what? Jake has emotions.
Yes.
These women, they savages, man. That's the only way to put it.
Fucking lifeless.
That's a Voltron of savages.
I guarantee you all of these got husbands or
I bet.
boyfriends. You know, they got the fuck them dress on, and they finna go after these savages.
And they
come home.
wish the nigga that's home will say something.
Yeah.
He at home probably all fucked up in the head, emotional. He probably all messed up in the head.
Either that or washing the dishes.
Or what?
Cleaning up.
You know what these savage ass women will do? The niggas is probably at home watching another nigga's child.
Oh man.
They probably the stepfather is at home.
Nigga.
And she feels like he has to.
And he don't even got a child. And he's watching her child by another nigga while she gonna be a savage.
And she probably could get on him if you don't do it. Right.
And savage is a nice word to use.
And savage is nice.
That's a
We'll start calling it. Oh, they like it actually.
They like
Ungovernable.
Ungovernable. You savage bitch.
What he said in Baby Boy, he said, look, what he said?
creatures. I'm gonna call them unreasonable
What is it?
Unstable creature.
Unstable.
Unstable creatures.
Man,
That's a we could close up on that word, man. Keep going with that word.
Wild, reckless.
Oh man.
Come on, man.
Wild, reckless.
The synonym to this word should be black people, man. Like you know, other words that are like it to
Black
it.
should be in there.
Black should be in it,
You
man.
know, when they say an animal is wild, they tell you to get the hell away from it. You do not want to approach a wild animal. That shit will.
Do not feed them.
That shit will F you up. You try to feed a wild jaguar. First off, it'd be hard to control domesticated carnivore animals, man.
Right.
You know, a jaguar, lions, and things of that nature. Those be hard to take care of because they're naturally what? Wild. They say that they were designed to be in the wild, and you could never truly break them.
What's that animal? It's related to otters. Honey badgers.
They're savages.
They are savages, like
Tasmanian devils.
but you know what? That's the whole family. That's the same family. Tasmanian devils, otters, Wolverines.
Yeah.
Those another animal. Those animals you just gotta leave it the fuck alone.
You can't mess with them.
Because when we was watching that clip with that honey badger, his whole existence changed from I gotta get the hell out of this in capture. So everything he did was all about breaking loose. So how the hell, like you said, it's hard enough to keep domesticated animals in check. What the hell do you do with savage beast animals? You cannot tame them.
Hey, it's indomitable.
Indomitable. So you can't dominate them. Oh, so we have every right to call the women of our nation savages.
Right.
What's the word? To dominate goes back to the Latin word domina, which means lord. You know, or you have dominion. You can't have dominion over these.
Damn, these women are savages.
Women are savage.
Savage. I'm a savage. That's the perfect word.
That's the perfect word.
Classy. Fuck them.
But
hoes,
then these,
man.
but then Jay can't read between the lines, man. They program those same thoughts in their head, whether they consciously know they're savage or subconsciously it's in them. These men will basically get to the point where they'll see like, I can't rule over this chick, man. Like you'll try to wear the pants and she yanking the pants back and it's a tug of war all throughout the relationship.
Now these my boots, nigga.
So y'all settle, but at the end of the day, she takes the pants.
Every time, man.
And if your woman like that kind of music and that's all she listens to, hey, bro, you might want to reconsider, goddamn.
It's
Real shit.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, yeah, if your rib don't think that that's whole music, you got a hoe, bro.
You're right. Exactly.
Focus on like Jake say on the internet. Focus on you, bro.
Dude.
Focus on you, bro. If she listen to Meg, focus on you.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm gonna say she belonged to.
This is real shit, man. But I mean, if anybody got any closing, we go
I
ahead.
got
Anything else? Oh, you got
Just the last verse. This is 2 Peter 2, verse 12. But these as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed.
It's created to be taken and destroyed. There's no reformations. You got to reform and take it to therapy and count. Because a lot of jakes be want to do that. They be, you know, in the sense of women, a lot of these women, you can't take a hoe into a housewife. It's like taking an animal from the streets, trying to bring it in and comb it,
Feral cat.
and think it's going to be a house cat now. It was designed to be in the wild. You had that parable with the snake. The snake was basically the Gadite story with the snake. The snake was down there injured, and the dude took the snake in. He said he petted and fed it and took care of it and nursed it to health, and the snake bit him. Then he asked the snake, like, why you biting me? I took you in, I fed you, I nursed you, I did all these things to make you, straight. Why did you bite me? He said, because I'm a fucking snake. But that's the point. That's the point.
And with that was words of wisdom. Any more to that?
Got a little more push it up. Speak evil of the things that they understand not, it shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
And these brute beasts, the majority of them, I thought you was majority women, man. The majority of the 2/3 that's going down inside are women. Because they speak evil of things they shouldn't, talking shit about, they talk shit about. Women, most men have a level of, most men aren't bold to just talk shit about another man's religious belief. But women don't care because they're savages.
Women be whole Satan, man. You be seeing even the tattoos. These women be having upside down crosses all over their goddamn body. And they be having Medusa. They got demons all over the world on their body, man.
Bro, I seen on Twitter, these black bitches are trying to take the story of Medusa and make Medusa the victim. Like, yeah, you men, blah, 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 and the woman was raped. It's always men that just want to make women out to be bad.
Man, fuck that. Cut that head off. Fuck that bitch that turned me into stone.
They're going to start going into them scripts where women are, they're going to have a Jezebel, technically,
Technically, the woman, Vishnu's wife in Esther was a righteous woman.
She didn't want to lead them quarters. She was doing something.
Yeah, damn, you know this. But we're gonna close up, man. We can be out here till the missiles come talking shit about these women. Right?
Shit, niggas.
Yeah, real niggas period.
Just going into the scriptures.
Real shit. Hey, with that, we're gonna close up. We're gonna give all the glory, honor to you. Double honors unto our apostles and elders. Shalom. It's time to live.